So this is a little beachside suburb in Melbourne that I come to sit under this big old tree. This is a cypress tree. Often sit on that picnic table there and do my paperwork. This tree over here is a she oak, and yeah, lovely little beachside suburb that I get to spend time at from time to time. Once a month I'm lucky if I can get to spend sometimes 10 minutes, sometimes half an hour, sometimes up to 2 hours. It depends on the work that I've got to do and how much there is of it. So I've finished my work and I'm going to take time to go for a little wander, show you Melbourne's Bay. I don't know whether you can make off in the far, far distance. There is that greyish looking shape is the city of Melbourne, long off on the horizon. Come back out of there so you don't get seasick. And yeah, these little boxes here I'll show you in a minute are Melbourne's famous bathing boxes. I don't know when these ones were built, sometime in the recent past. By the looks of them, they've been done up. But yeah, sorry about the wind, but it's good for you. Here they are, and these sell for somewhere between $70,000 and $250,000, depending on how big and fancy they are. Some are powered, some are not powered. Some have a bar inside them for drinking and partying, and other people keep their boats in them. Sometimes they're called boat sheds. They're all along this part of the peninsula, on the Bay of Melbourne, Port Phillip Bay, and they go all the way back. And of course the idea was a Victorian idea from the Victorian era, where people would come and get changed with dignity and have a place to picnic out of the weather if the weather turned, because Melbourne is also famous for 4 seasons in one day, of course. And I'd advise anybody who's working anywhere in any suburb, anywhere, if you get the chance to get away from the workplace tea room, go for a wander and see a bit of the place, clear your head. It certainly does you good. This is my idea of a bit of work-life balance. I'm sure there are some people who feel as though I don't deserve to go for a wander on a place like this during my work day, but I can assure you all that if this is something that you aspire to, you can achieve it anywhere, anytime you like. You may not be able to do it every day, but if you try to do it once a month or so, it'll do your soul good. And that'll help you make better decisions. It'll help you diagnose cars better. It'll help you fix your problems better. It'll help you make good decisions with your money and everything else. You need time to relax. Video doesn't have smell, but the smell of the beach here is beautiful. The waves are calming, and it's just a great place to be. Even if I only get here once in a blue moon. I've been here on my own many, many times. I've been here with family as well, and now I'm here with you. I'm sure you'll agree, just for that quiet moment, there's nothing quite as soothing as the ebb and flow of the waves. It'll help you off to sleep. You can see a flight of birds over there. I saw some pelicans flying overhead before. Plenty of wildlife around here. Over on the far distant horizon, you may be able to make out some pyramid-like shapes They are what's called the Yangs, which I had an apprentice over near there as well, and I would go and visit that area and spend a bit of time in that spot as well. Of course, for those of you who know the story, there's a famous escaped convict here who arrived in around about 1805 and wandered along this beach, ended up living with the local indigenous people for something like 30 years. His name was William Buckley, and we have a saying in Melbourne, you've got Buckley's chance, which means it's a bit of a miracle if you can survive. But he did survive for many years, many decades, and eventually turned himself in and became somewhat of a gentleman. Well, some regard him as a gentleman, some regard him as a terrible rogue. Depends on your take on history, I guess. Interesting story. Anyway, he wandered along this beach and probably wasn't having quite as much fun as me, but nice to think of a little bit of history. All right, have fun. And then, of course, the yin and the yang. There's always this, just to bring it back to reality as I move back up to the car and the car park. Get back in the vehicle, get back on the road, and go and tell my apprentices what I've discovered about their work. Some of the things they were working on today were diesel engine management systems, EFI engine management systems, ignition systems, steering. They're the main four that I've been working on today. In this place anyway. This is my fourth visit for the day. All right, have fun. Hope you enjoy a little bit of time under the cypress next to the beach, and I'll see you on the road.